Hello, and welcome to another episode of my Stellaris Let's Play. This is Northstar. I hope you folks are well. Are taking care of each other and being kind to yourselves. On the loading screen here for folks new to my channel, welcome. For those returning, welcome back. New folks, disabled on COVID sometimes makes me think a little slowly, or have trouble with focusing or get sidetracked. I apologize. Just taking a probe. I got some jaw pain from bruxism that may be related to long COVID. So we get a lot of muscle pains with this. Bloody desk that I even tried to get back the desk I put in the basement in this unit. Tried to ask if I could swap it upstairs and put this one, and apparently people down there had already moved the desk into the room. Oh well, I acted too slow if I was going to suggest that. So the last thing that happened, it shakes a little, but it's not the end of the world, I suppose. Creating 3 of my starports. Last thing that happened was this. Voidworms are bombarding Sojimia Prime. They shouldn't be able to, because it's 167 pops, 120 organic pops, and 300 not counted Pre-Sapient. So 420 organic pops and 47 robots, basically. It's not supposed to. They're not supposed to be able to target a colony with less than 1,000 pops. Will not kill the last 1,000 pops, it says. But, yeah. It's also not supposed to have targeted the planet to begin with. It says planet blockaded. I don't know if this has issues. Like, they're not producing enough food, or suddenly the people starving. Hopefully. Doesn't seem to be the case. So, I'll be annoyed if pops disappear. Already it's hurting resource production just a little bit, and it shouldn't be doing this. And this is a bug. It's been part on the forum, and who knows if Paradox will ever fix it. Let's see, got a science ship on the way to that. Pops remain to be consumed. 300. Yeah, it shouldn't be any consumed because it's below the threshold. But yeah, the game is bugged, and whatever pricks. Supposed to do in quality assurance. Crow fail on this account. Righty then. Not much I can do. Except try and have a stronger fleet to kill those Voidworms in the future. Definitely not an option right now. This isn't nearly capable of dealing with Voidworm Troika. It's about twice as strong as the Star port. I don't even have any upgrades other than coil guns. I guess it's all coil guns, which, if I remember, isn't great against the Voidworms. They don't have shields. I don't think they just have armor and hit points. Yeah, this starport would get its ass handed to it. Let me just double check the stats of the Voidworms real quick. Alright, so checked. Yeah, Voidworms use missiles. They can be shot down by point defense, and they use armor, no shields. So, coil guns are precisely the wrong thing to deal with them. On the other hand, some strike wings Scout wings, they don't seem to have any point defense, would do wonders. Point defenses, lasers are the way to deal with them. Energy siphons, not so much, although they do add shielding to the ship, so without upkeep. And these do repair shields when they hit. Of course, the shields won't get the Voidworm Trokas do massive damage, so won't be many chances to repair shields after ship gets hit before it gets hit again, probably. Maybe. Maybe a ship gets badly damaged and doesn't get hit again for a while. I don't know. Could be good. Could be terrible. One way or another, I am not equipped to deal with these pricks. Even here in a synth where I have some defense platforms, tank hits, trust class, they're not. Well, it doesn't add to military power rating, but I doubt they would be well off even with wow, 25% fire rate? That's good. May use that in the future. Anyways, not equipped to fight the Voidworms quite yet, unfortunately. The synth, they would legit be able to eat a bunch of pops, even if somehow they don't do Insujima and just cause devastation, which still hurts pop growth. Clearly, though, I'm somewhere near the Voidworm nest, so I'd like to find it, I guess. Well, I'd like to find it, but I also dread finding it because it probably was a assigned ship, but I need to deal with it eventually, one way or another. Keeping my eyes out for it, I guess. Hopefully I spot it without entering the system, and damn good. This should have been this, but whatever. Not horrendously inefficient survey pattern. At least. On their shell starbase. God, this is stupid. So sick of the uneven desk surface. I really should have gotten that desk before it got you pulled into a room. Alright. The folks I'm doing, I got it. Getting use out of it. Probably it was mounted. But it's because I had so little energy at the long COVID and other things to deal with. I didn't realize how shaky this disc could be. It's like it's an uneven surface. It's supposed to be imperfectly flat, but it's not. It's anything but a flat surface, and that creates problems. Yeah, it's not like laptop is evenly supported. It's just the desk surface is irregular. Oh well. Grr. Alright. Give me a sec. Maybe if I fold something up under here, it'll work. Alright. Paper towel fold many times seems to do a trick. I don't like having paper near the laptop, but it's got little rubber feet, so it's not directly touching the hot parts. So the heat comes out on the other end, near the battery. Okay. I'm not going to be making any last stand against the Voidworms, despite the salt. Generators to that to automate technicians, mining districts. And the last district's on the synth with a mine. Like there's not. Oh no, there's room for one more city. Which I can't overdo that. Maybe max and pop growth, but I need manufacturing. It'll just be artisan jobs. Maybe I can max the mining. It's a mining world after all, theoretically. Vitsen, which was going to be a forge world, is going to end up with cow technicians. It's gonna, because of a event chain, probably not a penal colony. There is a prison industrial complex that I don't know if it uses food instead of minerals. I guess I should check that out. You can see. Galactic parasites. Oh, that's definitely a reference to the Voidworms. Where is it? There's too many of these things. Missed the morning check-in. It's galactic parasites. So Gemia Prime is under attack. A large group of Voidworms in orbit of the colony, bombarding it with parasitic cysts. Each cyst contains a toxic spore that is extremely deadly not only to our colonists, but all life. Once ingested, it rapidly gestates into a nymph that will emerge, violently and completely destroy its host. These nymphs contain a bladder of compressed gases that allow them to ascend in the upper atmosphere, but they instinctively propel themselves to a predetermined destination. Biological analysis indicates that each clutch of Voidworms has a limited supply of these cysts to distribute. It is likely they would depart once all are depleted. Until then, we are suffering significant population loss. Unsettling. Let's pause and check the prison industrial thing. That's great. Real great. So yeah, the penal metallurgists do use food, but they have 2/3 the upkeep instead of half, even though their base output is half that, making penal colonies entirely unsuitable for catalytic technician jobs. Whereas light industry works just fine on them if you have decent enough stability, although you probably won't. It's more like you can turn a profit. So, I may want to actually keep some foundry jobs on Isuk. Some metallurgist jobs, and still stay with a mixed industry approach, the one that emphasizes yeah, of course, it's the old system of, I don't know what specializations you can put on penal colony, but it could be that actual industry is the last thing you want to do. If, like, bureaucrats are just as efficient as normal, or researchers, you can still put those specializations. So I'm going to learn, but it's possible I actually want light industry, not heavy on Vitsen. That is civilian industries, and I guess I'll find out. It's not a problem if you're normal empire, like it's just catalytic technicians that don't want to put their heavy industry on the penal colonies. I don't know why. They just didn't set the upkeep to go down to half. They set it higher than it should be for the output. The devs. So I don't know if it was commentary or more likely just a stupid oversight. I mean, the Master Artificers still have, like, extra output without any extra upkeep. It's the Master versus civic. It's a pain. I don't know. Give me a sec more. Sorry about that. It's a little hot in here, so I tried turning the AC down. Which half the time it's going way too cold, and now it's not running at all, irritatingly. And then got focused on a little splinter I got a while ago, like a month, but it's still healing very slow. It was a nasty splinter, and most of it came out, but there's a little left. It's kind of forcing its way out, but it's not always pretty how it does so. And a little I have to like take a little more of it out, and I don't know. Got a good pair of tweezers. All right. Anyways, not terrible if on that song or that one or that undercurrent. Here we go. Da, 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 da. So yeah, I'll have to keep some heavy in this turn. There's no particular virtue to specializing light versus heavy, except just doing whichever is the most efficient jobs. Because unless I get ridiculously... Let's see. How does actual output compare to base? Not that much higher, yeah. The upkeep will make trying to do prison catalytic technicians very hard to turn much of a profit. But prison artificers, or whatever, not artificers, artisans. Artificers are the master working one. They should be able to turn a profit on some prime. Unfortunately, that means I'm not going to be able to dig into the food. Maybe I just won't do the penal colony, but I will have the stasis wardens. At least for a long time. Darn it. Nothing ever goes the way I'd like. There we go. A few more farmers. Some technicians. 150 empty jobs on synth. I mean, not synth, bits in prime. Lovely. I guess I'll have to see what specializations, or maybe the job outputs have been updated. I doubt it, though. Maybe I can port it as a bug, that the upkeep is, it just doesn't make sense. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's intentional. Moon projection. There. Magnetic reversal. Hidden vault. Which I'm trying to miss the morning check-in. Gigantic skeleton. Machine awakens. Final rest. Sun disappearances. On Tsujimia Prime. Hey, maybe the sun disappearances are due to the Voidworms. Not really. Anyways, let's go. Yeah, the prison stuff was on my mind only because the stasis warrens, but well, it then feeds back because then I did a politics video on prison censorship. You guys should check that out. It'll have been out when this comes out, like a year now. But my politics videos never enough views, and my channel wasn't that big now, so even if it gets big later. Check out my prison censorship politics video if you want to watch politics stuff. And yeah, it was inspired partly by the Stasis Warrens event here. It made me think of prisons, and then reading about censorship and reading about secret committees. They're basically diverting U.S. government budget from where it's officially publicly being put, like it's probably going into black ops and crap. But there was a member of the Bush administration who has been whistleblowing about this for like 9 years or something, a former member of the Bush administration, housing and urban development person. I don't know, maybe she's a crazy, recognize that name, but maybe there's But, you know, someone who is a secretary level position, usually these are very same people, and it indicates it's been going on since the 90s. So it was not Bush who started it was Clinton. Our solutions are nonsense about, oh, we need more Christianity in politics or whatever bullshit. It means that, you know, government's is spending money without any democratic real approval. I mean, well, it's secret, so yeah, elected representatives may be still deciding it, but because there's secret committees in Congress, apparently. We already know the secret committees oversee, like, intelligence, and apparently they're doing budget stuff, but the public is supposed to know where the budget's being spent, so they can object to how their congressmen vote, and they can't do that in secret, so democracy is dying
completed
in the U.S., not surprising. The billionaire class will always fund fascism and anything to undermine democracy, and this certainly undermines democracy. Silent Behemoth. Though I think the observation post is probably a little more important. Study this Renaissance society. And then research outpost around the moon. "23 systems. Eventually, 26. Boom, boom, boom. 27. Actually, a little more than I originally calculated. Makes going over starbase capacity a little less worthwhile. If I can grab 3 more. The starbase capacity go up one. I'll probably just not any more bases. Could grab this Algate system. Stop the dumbass AI from reactivating and causing problems. I haven't fully served it though. Probably not. Just let the I'll absorb this empire and it won't be a problem. I'll have way more starbase cap. But my star bases are concentrated over here. To post the Hive, which has a big fleet. I have a lot of star bases, they have a lot of ships. Stat defenses, of course, do not beat mobile attack forces, because they can't all be in one place. But I'm doing the star bases for economic reasons, so I can put trade hubs in. Alright, sun disappearance. This is the last day for this. Communications are lost with one of our scout teams, the Sujimia Prime, shortly after they reported a potential exotic gas discovery in a previously unmapped valley. Worryingly, their final transmission cut off abruptly with what sounded like anguished cries. We fear the worst. Worrying. And I couldn't find any info on that event chain, so I have no idea what that is. I have not seen it before either, so... Worrying indeed. I thought about reselling pops here, but, they're only going to do 300 either way. Do I want to lose Pre-Sapients or make excellent squires in that habitat? And also, like this world. These guys. I'll actually make excellent technicians. Yeah, I probably don't want Alarian. I don't have that many of these pups. Yeah, I'll just probably leave it. And hope it doesn't wipe out the colony. I don't think they can eat robot pups though. And I don't know if they eat the Pre-Sapients or not. Teachings of Explorers. Cool. I didn't think you get more one of the teachings things. I guess I was wrong. Now that I know you can do, I think, a philosophical mindset thing or edict, or you can sell for energy. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I looked this up and open up the edicts to do a little comparison for you guys. So this gives 5% society research, which is like 17.5 society. However, it's an edict that costs the same as enhanced surveillance at 34.5 right now. Unity, which is like 69 cost for 17 benefit. Unless I was really hyper society focused, even more than I am. There's no way it would ever pay for itself. So I thought that the Warring States is the only master's teachings that you might actually want to run. Teachings of Explorers. And this project isn't free. It at least takes a science ship some time. The benefits of selling are not as great as for the warlords, teaching of warlords or whatever either. I'm not sure the edict gets passed on as their state, but I wouldn't use it even if it were. So the ISS Earhart's, like Amelia Earhart's, crew is reporting that they found something spectacular in Melitane 3. On the surface lie traces of an exploration expedition of another civilization. Left behind are some well-preserved documents and artifacts. The proposed action by Chief Science Officer Renato Ramirez is to send the text findings to our homeworld for translation. There's also a possibility to sell them off to private investor. I mean, I suppose... I don't know if they got rid of it. I've never seen any eager leaders. If it was still around, you might occasionally use this to hire eager leaders to increase the odds. If you had a lot of leader lifespan extensions, you might gain enough free leaders from this gives +1 leader pool size, but I doubt it. How I doubt it. I haven't seen the eager. It's either extremely low spawn chance or they eliminated the trait entirely. You know, it's still on the wiki. And I doubt this is passed on to successor, so I'm going to sell it for energy, and this is already capped out. Consumer goods, it's not like holding on to it. Help. And I mean, yeah, it would cost research to translate just to get an edict I would never run. So, yeah. Private collector gets those. Running an energy deficit so good, and consumer goods, they got a lot of them. That will pave the way for end up wanting to had mixed industry all this time. I think I did I always think I would do this to a heavy industry district eventually. Yeah. Maybe I will do the bloody quite a bit of synth, which should definitely not be a penal colony. This world should become a forge world. So that was gonna go all catalytic technicians. Maybe that just means I need to do more farms. Synth. This was so much mineral. Yeah. Maybe catalytic technicians is a bad choice. We'll see. How long do I have on the Hidden Vault event? Oh, I had like 5 or 4 years on. You know, I can probably delay it and get the Philosopher King before one of the steps in it. Get an extra society research from the jobs they're given instead of changing minerals for food upkeep for the jobs. Possibility. Of course, if I do workers' cooperatives eventually. Workers' cooperatives and synthetic megacore, then, well, should have enough energy if I assign some trade agreements with other empires for civilians to cover their own energy costs. I'll be swimming consumer goods and alloys. Have food, which I guess will go for the occasional biological pops growing on some of my robots, and I'll have more minerals I know what to do with. That's very long term, though. shorter run, I'm just going to end up having to specialize plants and stuff that don't use local resources. We'll see. The fact of the matter is, I think I'd rather have the catalytic technician job things, especially if I later swap out catalytic technicians. Philosopher King bonus. Philosopher King, by the way, is a trait that gives effective ruler skill, so it's, for me, it's a little bit of Edict Fund, 25 Edict Fund, and a whole lot of influence. It's an alternative to Empirical, it's not bad. Later, when you have other empires you can do a lot of trade deals with, a lot of like commercial packs that can be worth it instead of Empirical. It's a evolution of this government form, from Empirical to Philosopher King. What's the Counselor Leadership Experience gain? That's not terrible. It's not as good as this. I guess I could combine them. Philosopher King and Empirical. Instead, a little extra society research on the knights and priests. That might be worth it someday. Especially if I'm not using the Counselor anyways. Alrighty then. What's testing next month? May assign some. I don't know exactly when each pop will go demote from a Forcer Squire, but nah, I don't know the Forcers. It's not worth it just with a tiny bit of probably engineering this good. Very close to quantum computing, Field Dynamics Center. The game basically implies that quantum computing is not something that's really going to be as powerful as we think in our own world. It's going to take 200 more years for it to really show its potential. That might be right. I have no doubt it'll be the groundbreaking thing people think someday. You just get these techno-optimists who talk about it like it's here today. I mean, exists, but like it's more powerful than it really is already. Boom. Just gonna stage 3. Play 6. Let's go boss 5. Huh. Maybe too much longer. I do need to survey more. Yeah, enough to redo the Rigor thing though. Anyways. Sorry, I'm pausing too much. This is not a good day for my energy levels. It's been some really stressful stuff mentally that's caused me to tire quicker than usual. Alright, 167 pops here. Let's see what this is next month, since I assume it eats pops at the end of the month. 168 pops. And devastation is just sitting at 0.01%. Oh no, it's 0.03 here. Wait, what if the Voidworms never leave because they can't actually get their 300 pops? So if they just sit there and bombard the planet, that would be an even worse bug. Like, just eventually, if they get 100% devastation, the planet will crack in half, eaten by Voidworms. Bugs, bugs, bugs. Putting people on ESIC because there's a ton of empty jobs there. Not a ton everywhere else. Certainly not ones that robots can do. doing as many technicians as I am because I need energy and food just to cut slightly into food deficit. And I guess I just wait. Completion is agricultural focus, mainly. Although, this ag world, picturesque pastoral landscapes featuring flourishing crops. Only minutely, I faced only minutely the ever-present scent of fertilizer. This is like, yeah, 3-ish plus change food. 17, 22, 23, 26 output, 27, 28. Yeah, it's still more useful than urban world, probably. Planetary structure upkeep even, so. Need to automate the energy districts here. I should have done what? I'm having trouble getting enough minerals. What a shame of doing a little bit of... Unless... These guys have any. Oh yeah. More efficient than buying. Let's mount by 900 by 630, 18 more would come. Let's see, 14 more. Oh, this is actually slightly worse than buying. No, that's if I'm getting for each 7 minerals. For each 10, I'm actually getting 10 minerals for each 13. That's even closer to 1 for 1. Yeah, this is worse than buying on the internal market. If you divide 926 by 13, by 10, I'd get 712 minerals buying the internal market. Yeah, they're not giving me a good deal at all. At least not in this quantity size. So instant minerals, internal market. Magic them out of there. And what to build? What to build? Give me a second. Ah, yes, automated farming on bits and seconds, which is going to require more minerals than I'll have till later, but starting to stockpile. More trades with these guys. Probably rather a trade disappear into thin air than it go to my enemies at this point anyhow. So, they're building up a nasty fleet, and I don't like the looks of it one bit. And armies. Starsick will ever class transports. Yeah. I think these guys will trade me minerals. Anything like a decent rate. This is what considers fair. In terms of balance, but Ooh. 600 B7. Yep, this is better deal than buying on my internal market. Not by miles, but it is better. And maybe I can trade him some other stuff too. Food? Oh yeah, we'll take food now. What happened to all the food they had stored? I thought they had tons. Oh geez, they actually like food more in trade. No, it's more valued relative to its real cost to produce. Weird. Food for minerals. Food for energy, maybe, too? Actually, let's see. Alright, I had 1,000 energy. 1,000 food. Oh, yeah. There we go. Drive a hard bargain, but we'll take that deal. Grossly profit me. And now these guys like consumer goods. I don't want any food. Looks like it caps out at a certain point. Number 925 consumer goods. Maybe I can give him one more or something else. Got any minerals? Got any energy? Oh yeah, they undervalue energy by a lot. More in minerals, for sure. Fine. But maybe. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Advantage of the massive storage capacity for energy. Oops. All right. Boom. What can I get for this? Plus minerals. Energy for 2 minerals. Yeah, I need a little emphasis on minerals. Alright, just this two then. Energy, minerals, all sorts of fun stuff. Weapons testing. Seems the apocalypse has come to the 3 many times over. Surface scans reveal that the planet has been scorched, bombarded, seared, and peppered in what is surely some of the most extensive weapons testing we have yet to encounter. Warfare does damage to stuff, not just their... I mean, military Spain, not just their warfare, also their weapons testing. They blow stuff up. Could have been used for other things. Though countless attempts have been made to obliterate the planet entirely. No planet people maybe could have lived on, or put some little remote outpost. It appears the aliens have not yet developed the technology for it. Science Officer Lang Jing. I honestly think you should be able to colonize even barren worlds in this game, but whatever. You can do that in endless space. The original one. Science Officer Lang Jing has collected an assortment of broken weapons remains in the hopes of recreating designs. Analyze or leave. No benefit for leaving. So, analyze. I'll get around to that. No instant benefit. I thought it might give skill engineering. It's probably requires they do the project, which won't time out, so tire out. These aren't... I wish they would be in order when they expire. But the first two are earlier. I mean later. Alien mural. That's the next thing. Of course, I should probably invent for the cultist stuff first. Squire's an anchor. Polygons didn't like the steel. Food for energy and minerals. Probably they spent some of those minerals. That's usually what that means. They no longer had that much to trade. Or maybe they spent some of the energy. Maybe I have to offer them a better deal. Whatever, still profitable. Sensor, so improving the on polity. For some reason. And she'll send an envoy to improve relations with them, I guess. Just think about these guys getting open markets back to the Otagon. I'd like to get a non-aggression pact before I share a border with them. Build some trust. Last thing I need is more than one hostile nation to deal with after here. The high Kilsoons would be enough. I doubt I'll be able to vassalize the Otagon like it was the council to my north. Oh, let's just see if I don't have many minerals to give. Nope, none, really. Food? Other empires like food. They really undervalue the energy, though. Hmm. Maybe some food stores, I guess. There we go. Actually, that'll be fine. Bigger deals are more profitable for me. Sucking all the value out of the council. Training with these guys. And these. Haven't seen great deals for offer here. With this Megcore. I don't want any of my food, really. I'll actually do a decent energy for consumer goods trade. That's interesting. Maybe I'll do that later with them. Sell them some consumer goods. Industry is the way to get rich. Civilian industries for export, but forges for domestic use. Based on these numbers, they should be a mixed economy. Too many artisans. This is all not much I can do right this second. Need minerals to redevelop stuff. Archaeological event. Message in a bottle. As we expected, the interior of the solar stellar is appropriately archaic. The bridge resembles the deck of an old planet-bound sailing ship, designed to sail on watery seas. This looks like the one out of Deep Space Nine a little bit. Star Trek. The deck plating appears to be metal, but most surfaces are covered with carved wood. A contrast to the glass-like substance on viewports and data screens. Powering up the ship's computer, we have found a data file with an old-fashioned seafarer song. According to archaeologists, this melody is once known as a sea chanty or sea shanty. We're attempting to transcribe the lyrics. Intriguing. Most intriguing. Could do a precursor instead eventually. Artifact analysis for a specimen. Interestingly. There'll be other stuff to do eventually, though. What happened to the Life Electric that was in storage? It didn't disappear after too long in storage, I hope. Give me a sec. I don't know. I hope I can... It doesn't seem like it traded away or something like that. The game didn't automatically get rid of it after a while. That would suck. Right, I just get non-impression pact. Also sticking the embassy here. Although that trade deal, they reneged on it, and they haven't closed their borders. Ancient political memoir. Leader upkeep. Huh. That might be useful for me someday. Oh, electric life is still listed. Even if I don't see it, yeah, I still have it. Huh. Yeah, definitely won't want to be conquering the Killstones outright, like eliminating them. They have Haggers and Strom, so could take their homeworld. Claim neither of these systems yet. We're in Malba in this dial. Someday. It's influence will cap it. Haven't been perfect with managing influence, but I should try not to let it overcap. Gugon Galactic Assemblies decided to accept your trade proposal. Boom, energy. Alright, soon the minerals, I can start automating the farms here in bits and... Yeah, a second, guys. So I had a bit of a snack, which I desperately needed to prop up my energy. And I realized something. Stopping to think, why? After resting a little bit on COVID. There's something that was obvious I was missing. I was thinking, oh, well, maybe I don't want to put forges here because if I go cow at technicians and make the Sapino colony on top of it, be food inefficient way of producing. Yeah, it will be. But if I was forgetting about planetary ascensions. If this is some kind of forge world, it'd be reduced upkeep. And the ascensions, that effect becomes very pronounced. You can greatly reduce the upkeep, and at that point the logistics benefits of producing alloys where the raw materials making those alloys, which will be food, will greatly outweigh the costs of slightly higher upkeep than producing alloys somewhere else. So yeah, Vitsin will be Forge World. A synth I should continue to work towards redeveloping this as a Forge World as well. Although this is going to be where I produce minerals, which go into consumer goods. I'm doing energy on the capital, but I don't know. Just don't know. I feel like I should maybe shut down the industrial district and just go heavy on research on the capital, but no, I'm gonna need more allies than that. I got rid of an ag district in the past, but I might need another. Nah. Producing stuff on the capital with its 20% extra production so much more important than the logistic costs, I think. So yeah, I'll still produce it's here. Yeah, it's base 12 and extra is 2.4. I think there's 1.5 logistics cost. Yeah, this would be a forge world as well, but as I ascend, the logistics costs of bringing the food will become less and less. Maybe I can fit another ag district here in a synth. Eventually. That's probably a good idea to... Wait, I don't have a automation building here? Oh, yeah. Weird. How did I not notice that? When did I... Why did I not build an automation building? Oh, probably because they had a ton of technicians early on. Yeah, anyways. I might build another farm eventually when I need a lot more food for upkeep. Because let's see, jobs, 174. Minerals, a whole lot of that will go into food. Increased by 50%. Yeah, I'll actually need the food someday. And the plant's already in a food deficit, so only get worse. I actually gain more energy output when I automate. Oh, no, I actually already have. Weird. Yeah. Automating would actually create civilians, so well, with the mining district. Yeah, I'll probably just double up the mines. For now, 6 mining districts. Need to produce my minerals somewhere. Need them for construction. I don't know. We'll see. No, just be another forge world. Kind of sucks pulling the always in, but can't produce everything without inputs are produced. Or I could do forge here and keep this a civilian world. That's a possibility. In fact, it's an easier swap to heavy industry. We swap this to heavy industry, maybe keep this one civilian industries for reducing local deficits. That's probably what I want to do. Yeah, logistics costs are more important than the planet bonus. I mean, well, no, they aren't, but logistics costs are minor when I ascend the factory worlds. Yeah, I gotta remember that. Yeah, fine. Forge. I had it right the first time. Nothing changes because of ascensions. Sorry to sit there and muddle through that with my long COVID brain. But yeah, it's easy to forget planetary ascensions and making long-term plans. That does influence the optimal way to do things. And here I am, min-maxing the heck out of, or theory crafting what I'm going to do, and It doesn't seem that they're gonna stop bombarding this planet anytime soon. Devastation just keeps growing. That's lovely. Absolutely lovely. Some technician jobs, I made technician jobs, and working on mastery of nature. Doing a mining district. Need to automate that space. Ooh. Ah! I know what I should do. Oh no, because the energy graded and it's not enough pops. Wouldn't want to miss out on the long run. I'm looking at the wrong planet. Sagimia. Yeah, I wouldn't want to. Yeah, I just need to automate a synth. Automation innocent. That even kind of sort of almost rhymes. Since Sagimia on one side metals. Alright. We have uplifted the Clagian species to sapients. Is this uplift complete? Oh shit. I do guess that gives me influence, even though it doesn't say it here. After guidance ceasing blah blah blah, you need biologist jobs. It's in secondus. Nothing to spend the influence on right now. Oh, these pops could work as I'll do physicists because I don't have bonuses to that elsewhere. Yep, it prioritizes engineers over physicists. Yeah. Go be physicists or something. I'll stay there for a little bit, but next month when Pop grows, I'll have to. So. This needs automation. Anyways, quantum computing. Field dynamics there. With processing speeds that defy classic limits, the potential of quantum computers is boundless. This revolutionary technology heralds a great leap in uncharted regions of problem solving. Quantum relations annex? More physics still, but also quantum modes, which I don't have. And energy research support. This allows me to run beer technicians instead. More physicists. Right. Probably don't want that. Could do gravity snares or something, or deflectors. research with computing expertise, however. To swap that guy into something field dynamics, whatever. Actually, I have the source of exotic goods. I mean, gases now. Research complexes. I see. They're denser than normal research things. More jobs, higher density. Data-driven theorem, though, adds to job efficiency. This may include nights. Might not. Give me a sec to think. Yeah, I had to think for a second, but fusion power makes the most sense. Nuclear fusion processes generate a great amount of power for ships, but without many of the risks associated with fission power. Like radiation. It's the power generation path, but cheaper techs, including ones I'm looking at, they increase in cost as a power size, which is a motivation to snap up the cheap ones quickly. I guess the big ones increase though by more each month. But I also have some progress on fusion power. It's becoming recently obsolete. It's probably similar to mine during lasers in some ways. But I don't have the power for a lot of things on my ship, so I'm going to do this. It'll also make my star bases margin more powerful. I'm going to do this because fusion power will enable me to equip better components on ships. In the point where I'll need it for computers and everything else. So this, maybe mining drone lasers. Stick with the computing. I mean, well, she's not going anywhere, but stick with the current council. I could snap up computing techs as they come like this one, but it's not a very high yield thing. For now, reactors. Nuclear fusion process is... Boom. It's past time I grab better reactors. The stored researcher will help me more. Alright. Who to uplift now? Plugins, by the way. Should not soldiers only because migration controls. Don't need pops out of reselling from where I send them. Yep. There's jobs here for now. They do more to add to pop growth. Such a sparse puppet world. I will want some up on Anchor eventually. Just need to uplift another species. This guy's on Bits and Prime. Natural intellectuals. Pretty sure squires are worker jobs, so yeah. The Makar. Oh, they're lithoids. Interesting. Starborn lithoids. Sagimia Prime. Isn't there something else here before?